The same rich family that laughed at Nurse Monica in the hospital hallway froze in silence when they discovered that one signature from her stood between their dying father and the life-saving transplant they had spent millions trying to secure. Nobody expected the woman in faded blue scrubs to become the most important person in the hospital that afternoon. Monica Daniels had worked 12-hour shifts for 6 straight days. Her feet hurt, her eyes were tired, but she still greeted every patient with kindness because she believed sick people deserved compassion, no matter who they were. That belief would be tested harder than ever. The emergency elevator doors opened, and a team rushed 72-year-old billionaire Kelvin Brooks into the intensive care unit. His heart was failing. Without a transplant, the doctors believed he had only hours left. Behind the medical team came his children. Jordan Brooks wore a $1,000 suit. Vanessa Brooks carried herself like everyone else existed to serve her. Trevor Brooks never looked up from his expensive phone. The family owned hotels, shopping centers, and construction companies across the city. They were used to getting whatever they wanted. Monica immediately began checking Kelvin's vital signs while another nurse prepared medication. "Please wait outside," Monica said politely. Vanessa looked Monica up and down before laughing. "You people always think you're in charge because you wear scrubs." Monica ignored the insult. "The doctors need space." Jordan stepped closer. "Do you know who our father is?" "No," Monica answered calmly. "Right now, he's my patient." Trevor rolled his eyes. Just another nurse with an attitude. The 3 siblings walked away, complaining loudly about the hospital staff. Monica simply returned to work. She had heard worse. But the day was only beginning. Within an hour, specialists confirmed the news. A compatible donor heart had become available. It was nothing short of a miracle. The transplant team immediately started preparing. Then another issue appeared. Hospital policy required verification from the transplant ethics coordinator before the surgery could proceed. That coordinator had already gone home after working through the night. His responsibility automatically transferred to the senior ICU charge nurse on duty. That nurse, say, was Monica. She wasn't deciding whether Kelvin deserved treatment. The donor heart was already assigned. Her responsibility was to verify that every legal requirement had been followed, every medical document completed, and every patient protection standard satisfied before surgery. One missing approval could place the hospital at legal risk. It was a process designed to protect everyone. The Brooks family assumed everything would happen automatically. They were wrong. While Monica reviewed the transplant file, Jordan stormed toward the nurse's station. "Hurry up. I'm reviewing the documentation." "Just sign it." "I can't sign until every section is complete." Vanessa laughed. "So the billionaire's life depends on paperwork?" Monica looked up. "It depends on doing things correctly." Trevor slammed his hand on the counter. "You enjoy having power, don't you?" Monica stayed calm. "No, I enjoy protecting patients." The insults grew louder. Patients' families nearby began staring. Vanessa folded her arms. "No wonder you're still working here. People like you never move beyond these jobs." Jordan smiled. "She's probably jealous because she'll never have what we have." Monica quietly continued reading every page. Not because she wanted revenge. Because skipping a legal safeguard could cost her nursing license, the hospital's reputation, and future patients' safety. Just then, another transplant surgeon hurried over. "Monica, page 14 is missing." She flipped through the file. He was right. One consent document had never been uploaded into the system. Without it, surgery legally could not begin. Jordan exploded. "Forget page 14. We can't. My father is dying." "I know. So sign anyway." "I legally can't." Vanessa pointed at Monica. "This is deliberate." "It isn't. You hate successful people." Monica took a slow breath. "No, I follow the law equally." The hallway became painfully quiet. Doctors started searching electronic records. Administrators called the legal department. Time mattered. Every minute increased the risk. Before the story continues, if you're enjoying this emotional journey, take a moment to subscribe, like this video, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Stories like this remind everyone that respect can change everything, no matter where we come from. The Brooks family continued blaming Monica. They never once thanked the dozens of professionals desperately working to save their father. Meanwhile, Monica personally searched archived records. She contacted another department. She called the donor coordination office. She even skipped her lunch break. Nobody noticed. Everyone only saw the nurse they wanted to blame. Finally, Monica located the missing document. But something didn't make sense. The signature on the consent form didn't match Kelvin's other medical records. She immediately contacted the hospital attorney. Within minutes, another shocking discovery appeared. Someone had attempted to submit an altered consent document. If Monica had signed without checking, the transplant could have been challenged in court. The surgery might even have been canceled after beginning. The attorney immediately started investigating. Jordan grew impatient. "Why are we still waiting?" Monica looked directly at him. "Because someone submitted incorrect legal paperwork." The siblings looked at one another. For the first time all day, they looked nervous. Then an elderly woman quietly entered the waiting area. She wore simple clothes, nothing expensive. She walked straight toward Kelvin's room. Vanessa frowned. "Who invited her?" The woman answered herself. "My name is Evelyn." Jordan looked confused. "I don't know you." "No," she replied softly. "But your father knows me." Monica noticed Kelvin's heart monitor suddenly changed when he heard Evelyn's voice inside the room. Even unconscious, he recognized it. The doctor invited Evelyn closer. She gently held Kelvin's hand. "I came." Tears rolled down her face. Jordan demanded answers. "Who are you?" The room stayed silent. Finally, Kelvin slowly opened his eyes. His weak voice barely carried. "My wife." Nobody moved. Vanessa actually laughed. "My father has been married to our mother for 40 years. Kelvin slowly shook his head. "No." The room froze. "Your mother and I divorced years before she died." Everyone stared. "I married Evelyn 12 years ago." Jordan looked ready to collapse. "What?" "I kept it private." "Why?" "Because I wanted one relationship untouched by money." The siblings couldn't believe it. They had never bothered asking why their father spent weekends away from the city. They assumed he was handling business. Instead, he had been spending time with the woman who loved him before his wealth doubled. Evelyn wasn't interested in his companies. She wasn't interested in luxury. She simply loved him. The hospital attorney returned with more news. The altered consent paperwork hadn't come from hospital staff. It had been uploaded using credentials connected to the Brooks family office. Jordan immediately looked at Trevor. Trevor looked away. "What did you do?" Trevor finally confessed. The original paperwork gave Evelyn medical authority if Dad became unconscious. Vanessa stepped backward. "What?" "I changed it." Jordan stared in disbelief. "You forged legal documents?" Trevor defended himself. "I wasn't letting some woman control everything." Evelyn quietly wiped away tears. "I never wanted control." Trevor lowered his head. "I thought she'd change the inheritance." Monica finally understood everything. This family hadn't been fighting her. They had been fighting each other all along. The missing paperwork had actually protected Kelvin's real wishes. Without verification, his own son's forgery could have overruled the patient himself. Hospital security escorted Trevor away for questioning. Jordan collapsed into a chair. Vanessa began crying. Neither had known what Trevor had done. The corrected documents were finally approved. Only then did Monica sign the authorization. The operating room immediately prepared for surgery. Nobody celebrated. Everyone understood how close they had come to disaster. About halfway through this story, there's one question worth asking. If you were standing where Monica stood, would you have rushed the paperwork or protected the patient no matter the pressure? Share your answer below, and if this story has kept you hooked, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more unforgettable stories. The transplant lasted several hours. Monica finished her shift long before it ended. She quietly changed clothes and prepared to leave. She expected nobody to remember her. She was wrong. Jordan found her near the employee parking lot. His expensive suit was wrinkled. His eyes were red. For the first time all day, he looked like an ordinary son worried about his father. "I'm sorry." Monica remained silent. "I judged you." She nodded. "Yes. I thought money solved everything. It doesn't. I accused you of delaying treatment. You did. You were protecting my father. I was doing my job." Jordan looked embarrassed. "No. You were protecting him from us." Those words stayed in the air, because they were true. Vanessa soon joined them. She handed Monica a small envelope. Monica refused it. "I don't want money. It's not money." Inside was a handwritten note. It simply read, "Thank you for protecting our father when we failed to protect him ourselves." Monica smiled. That meant more than any bonus ever could. 3 days later, Kelvin woke up with his new heart. His first request surprised everyone. He asked to see Monica. When she entered, Kelvin smiled weakly. "Evelyn told me everything. You should rest." "I almost lost more than my life." Monica listened quietly. "I almost lost the truth." Kelvin reached for her hand. "You reminded my family that rules exist because lives matter." Monica smiled. "I only followed procedure." "No." Kelvin shook his head. "You followed your conscience." A week later, reporters learned about the dramatic transplant delay. Many expected headlines accusing the hospital of incompetence. Instead, the investigation revealed something completely different. The official report praised Monica's careful verification. It concluded that her refusal to approve incomplete paperwork had protected the patient's legal rights and ensured the transplant proceeded correctly. Her supervisor received hundreds of emails praising her professionalism. Young nursing students asked to meet her. Hospital employees applauded her during a staff meeting. Monica felt uncomfortable with the attention. She hadn't wanted recognition. She had simply done what every nurse hopes they would do under pressure. Months later, Kelvin invited Monica, Evelyn, Jordan, and Vanessa to a charity dinner, not to celebrate wealth, to announce a foundation providing scholarships for future nurses from underserved communities. Jordan stepped onto the stage. He looked directly at Monica. "I once believed power came from money." He paused. "I was wrong." He turned toward the audience. "The strongest person I met this year wore ordinary blue scrubs and refused to compromise her principles, even when my family tried to intimidate her." The audience stood and applauded. Monica never became rich overnight. She never asked for fame. She never wanted revenge. But she earned something far more valuable: respect. Not because she defeated a powerful family, but because she refused to become the kind of person they expected her to be. Sometimes the strongest person in the room isn't the one with the biggest bank account, the loudest voice, or the most influence. Sometimes it's the person who quietly does the right thing while everyone else demands the easy choice. If Monica's courage inspired you, remember that true strength is often quiet, and real respect is earned through integrity, not status. If this story touched your heart, subscribe for more unforgettable stories. Leave a like, and tell us in the comments what would you have done if you were standing in Monica's shoes. Your answer might inspire someone else today.